Hi, this is Hisham David Shahadi, and this short video will be done for my real estate guys who I've been mentoring, and the one I am mentoring right now, and the one who are interested to know about rehab. This is behind me, as you can see it, one of the last property we purchased in the last 2 months, and we are rehabbing it right now. We're gonna go inside. The truck is out there, so I guess my guys are rehabbing inside. I'm gonna show you what it takes to rehab a property in short. It'll take maybe 7-8 minutes, and then I'll give you a review at the end of this video. I'm gonna go in there, have the guy showed you what we've done, and this one I think we're gonna be selling. There's about $20,000 to $30,000 of profit in this one. It's not bad for you know, a couple of months for 3 properties. You know, I mean, each of them should give you that kind of profit. So there's a lot of money to be made in this business. But anyway, I don't do any work. I just negotiate the deal. I buy it from the bank. I negotiate it. I pay for it, and I get the guys to do the work. And I've rehabbed so many of them, so I know all the pitfalls, pretty much all of them, what you have to go through, because when you do so many of them, you pretty much know what it takes to get them done right. And let's go and see what this guy's doing inside. God, the grass is so long. We just cut it last week. It's been raining really hard here, and look at this grass. It needs to be cut right now. Hello, guys.
Hey, dude.
Where are you? This is the living room here. Still not done yet. Of course, there's a lot of work on this house. This is the wall, need to be painted still. They had to do a lot of fixing, removing stuff. This is here is the kitchen and I guess dining room. The kitchen here is pretty new. It's completely redone. Hey, Jared. Hello, Jared. This is Jared. This is my guy. Here, why don't you take this microphone, because I want you to explain a few things, okay? Okay. Jared is my head guy. He's the second guy. Somebody else worked on this house a little bit, but he's finishing all the good touches. And the other guy didn't do much, did he? He just
Ripped out some drywall and stuff.
things, right? Show us what you've done from the beginning. Can you take us around from the front, front or the bedrooms?
Yeah.
Show us what you've done. I know how it looked before.
Okay.
I know how it's going to look after. This is going to be for people that I taught how to do rehab, and people who are interested in learning about rehab. You know, this room. What color was this room? Remember?
Like dark red.
So dark red. It was like so dark. And how many times you had to paint this to make it look?
3 coats of primer and 2 coats of paint.
3 coats of primer, 3 coats of paint. You know, when it's red color or whatever dark color, it takes a lot more. The floor was here the way it was before. We didn't touch this particular floor, but you did all that.
The trim, yeah, because they had window casing as baseboard, which is.
Yeah, you see, when we do rehab, we don't believe in doing half-ass job. We do a good job from the beginning. If it costs extra money, I'll talk to you about that a bit later. Let's just have Jared show us what else he did.
We had to replace a bunch of door frames because they were all chewed up from dogs.
Right, they're all new frames, right?
Yep.
New frame is the best, because sometimes if you try to repair them, it'll never repair right. So the best thing...
It takes longer too. Labor on it's more than just buying a door.
Plus, it never looks as good.
Same thing in this room. It was about like white, like off-white. We just kind of...
Yeah.
It's just that there's so much drywall to fix.
Yeah.
Just bad job.
The floor will be clean and will be painted.
Yeah.
It's going to look really nice. This is the 3rd bedroom up here. This is the basement. Huge basement too. We'll show you.
Same thing, just paint, and then we fixed drywall, redid all the trim.
Yeah, with all the trim around the windows. I know it's a little dark here. You can hardly see it in the video, but you can see.
And we replaced this door frame as well.
Yeah, all new frames. And of course, the floor is all done. You know, we can maybe pull this one and show them another one. This was a terrible carpet. How was the carpet before? The carpet was nasty. It was very nasty.
Yeah, it's a little dirty, but this
Yeah, it's a little dirty, but it's brand new flooring, so it's gonna look nice. I don't
It's
do
vinyl.
carpets anymore for rental properties. This is gonna be sold, I think, but you know, it's almost better to have wooden floor or some kind of.
is vinyl laminate, so it's
Vinyl.
waterproof and it's pretty resilient.
It is.
Yeah, because anytime you get like wood, it'll dent real easy, and then it also, if it's not waterproof, people spill a drink, it'll warp a whole board.
Warm it up, but this one will not
Yeah.
do it, right?
No, it's waterproof.
Yeah. If you have a
Dog
pee
pee,
or a cat
anything.
pee, it'll be no problem.
That'd be good for renting, because if somebody has a dog,
Yeah.
it's probably going to pee on the floor.
I know they had dogs here before, and you know how it was before, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go
And we replaced all the outlets and the switches.
all the outlets,
Yeah,
all
got-
new outlets, electrical outlets, everything's working fine. Some of them
And that front
working.
door was there, right? When
The
you bought
door-
it.
Yeah, the door was there.
So it's pretty new. So
Yeah,
we
that's
just
the door.
we just trimmed it on the outside. And then there was like tile right here,
Yes. yes.
entryway, and we couldn't find match. And by the time we did it, we just continued the floor over. So now it's the same.
Yeah, so it's one piece, got a little thing and stuff. Yeah.
And we continued that all
All
the
one piece here.
all the way to the kitchen.
All the way to the kitchen.
So we got this tile now. And we're
This
just
one is nice, right?
yeah, we'll just put a
It's
transition
dirty
strip.
Right now. We can, the moment
Yeah.
we do it, it's finished. It
Does.
looks so much nicer. And here the color was what? Green?
Yeah, dark green, like
Dark
a
green.
like a navy
Well,
green.
everywhere was dark green. You
It
won't
was-
believe
It was a
the
weird color.
cabinets, The old cabinets, how they were.
Yeah, and they had like the garbage disposal switch like right here, and cut out in the middle, and just bad deal. But this has all been redone. All the wiring was redone. They didn't have any GFIs, which are good to have in a kitchen in case you plug something in and get
You
shocked.
gotta have GFI. It's
Yeah, it'll
by
stop
law.
you from getting killed.
Yeah. by
I
law.
think it's code now for most places for sure.
And of course, it is not finished. Still work to be done.
Yeah,
so
just touch ups, painting, things like that.
The fridge goes. The stove goes.
The stove
here.
goes there, and then the fridge come over
Okay,
here on this wall.
cool. Let's look at the bathroom.
This was a big one.
The outside door. This door was brand new here too.
Yeah, so I was just working in here. I was replacing.
How you doing that?
Yeah, I had to replace this. One of
Plumbing.
the big problems we encountered was the tub because of the tile.
That's a new tub, right?
Yeah, all of it.
All that is new, brand new.
When we ripped it out,
Just dirty.
a lot of these tiles came off, so I'm kind of spackling it.
Smoothing that out.
I'm gonna get a nice rounded corner here, and then sand that round there, and then round all the way down here, and it'll look nice. And then
Yeah.
putting a quarter round down in front of it, and then we'll just paint that.
Yeah, the quarter round will cover all these
Yeah,
little
and
gaps there.
We'll replace the trim here. This door was still good, so we kept it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, cool.
And a new toilet. And one of the things that I found when I pulled the toilet was that the flange and the floor were rotting.
Was
so
it?
Yeah, I had to let the floor dry out for 2 days, and then I had to replace the flange and everything. So you never know that until you pull the toilet.
Right, this is common things. We found a lot of stuff in this house that didn't look like it needed repair, but when you demolish it, you find it need more work, right?
Yeah, it's just a lot to look at. You can never go in a house and see everything that you're gonna find.
Yeah.
It's
So
gonna
that's-
take weeks of work in there before you're like, okay, I see this.
Right. I usually add 20% of the estimate. I'm pretty good in estimate because I've done so many rehabs. I'm pretty good usually on the money, but always I end up costing me 20% more. This one cost a bit more than 20%, but
This
that's unusual.
this board had mold in it, so I replaced it, and I'm gonna paint it.
Yeah, you don't want to
So-
have mold because mold make people sick, right?
Yeah.
Now my favorite part is the
And
basement.
then this door just fell off the other day, which you'd never know that. They just had drywall anchors in there.
Which one?
This here, just
Oh.
unexpected stuff. Like it just fell off. So
Yeah. So this is the.
yeah. And then when I tried to paint the other side, it started bubbling. So I had to try to scrape the door. So
That's no good, huh?
I don't know if we're gonna have to get another one or not. Trying to salvage it.
Yeah.
And we replaced this door here. We replaced this door here. This paint's wet on the sides here.
Oh, is it? So don't
Yeah,
touch the paint.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
And then we're doing a handrail as well.
Yeah, I got the handrail, right? We bought that.
Yeah, we got it.
So
And we're
this
gonna
is the basement.
paint these
You
stairs.
Go ahead and say what you're gonna do here.
We're gonna paint the stairs and then just paint the walls
And
all the way up
handrail.
because they had the ceiling brown as well. It didn't look very good, especially since you're gonna sell it. You want to possibly sell it.
Yeah. Yeah, this one we're gonna sell. Oops. Oh, you told me not to touch the damn thing, and I did touch it.
I got a towel down here.
It's okay. That's fine. Here, thanks. This is the basement.
Yeah, we can go this
Hey,
way.
Brandon. Mr. Brandon, the guy is working so hard with his glasses, with his goggles on. Hey, hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So
So
what-
tell us what we had to do here, because here we find a lot of mold, right?
Oh yeah, so like a lot of stuff looked like mold. It even tricked me. We had to get a company to come out and look at it that specializes in mold. Some of it was dirt, like this, whatever, and then there was a lot of molds that you couldn't see. because like I guess when you touch mold, it'll kind of feel flaky, right, Brandon?
Right.
Yeah, kind of like brushes off, kind of falls off.
Brandon is a mold guy. That guy you look at. Say hi, Brandon.
Hello.
He did the molding treatment. He used to work with a molding company, so he did a good job on it.
Yeah, he had to kill it all, and then
Kill it all, yeah.
and then after he was done, you have to spray it and then wipe it down, and then after he's done, he got the air scrubber. Which you can tell him what the air scrubber does, Brandon.
Yeah.
The air scrubber basically just pulls all the mold leaves, spores in the air, which are toxic to breathe in, and bad to live around all around. So the scrubber pulls all of the pores through a charcoal filter and blows out fresh air, eliminating all odors and spores that are present in the air and making it healthy to breathe.
You notice the smell difference?
Yeah, oh yeah. Because I have tell people about mold, how bad mold sometimes can be, because
Allergic reaction.
so many houses here they have a lot of mold. People don't treat them right.
Right.
What happens?
Well, I mean, basically mold, it reproduces and it grows rapidly, and especially in basements because there's a lot of moisture present, especially if there's been previously a flood or anything like that. A lot of problems don't surface until it gets really bad, and that's when people start seeing it coming through ceiling tiles and kind of on walls like it was down here.
Yeah, all these ceiling tiles were ruined.
So
They were bad. Yeah, I know we had to buy a bunch of them, huh?
we did.
Yeah.
And then, some people won't even really realize how bad it is because only certain people are actually allergic to certain types of mold. Jaron, showed some signs of,
My
being
lungs were
allergic.
bleeding.
The ones were
Coughing
bleeding when you were
blood, yeah.
working, huh?
So
Yeah, I had to get a
it's-
respirator.
But I mean, yeah, it's pretty. The process of eliminating it is just buying the correct chemicals to treat it and spraying, and then wiping all the spores down that are present on the wood, and just basically disinfect and spraying, and then
And replace the drywall. We had to replace a bunch of drywall.
Right,
because
yeah,
those
you
ones
have
Well,
can't
this
be
room
repaired.
you'll see there's
Right.
there's
Right.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then in this room we just did that one laminate, the single
yeah,
layer.
that looks pretty good. It's gonna look really nice when it's finished. This is my favorite. I love basements, man. Basements are my favorite. It's nice
Yeah,
and
the
cool
ceiling
in
tiles.
the summer. Okay, now this room here is where the furnace is. It's the what do you call it? The operation room. The furnace and
Yeah.
water heater. It's quite big. All the plumbing. Now
Well, I had
Jared,
I had to end up redoing all the plumbing because when it came down, the toilet, was leaking, and so I had to redo that. So by the time I had to do all that, I might as well, I'd redo the tub anyway. So it's like, okay. And then I ran a bigger kitchen line because the one that was there was like copper, and it was like this big around. Even though it was 1.5 inches, it was probably caked and rusted prior to that. So I mean, it would have never worked. So if
Yeah.
David was renting the house out, he'd have to call somebody for $200 a pop every time to get that thing snaked or whatever they charge. So I just
Yeah.
said, okay, I'll just run a new line. So that's 2 inch, so that'll hold, whatever they put down. And we redid all the water as well.
That's
It was,
plumbing. That looks great. I like
there was
that.
a lot of copper that was just like green and it's
Yeah.
eventually going to leak. I mean, it's all about the future because if you could just save money, like you could save $700 or you could spend $2,000 in 2 years on plumbing. So you might as well just, rip it out and redo it all if you can find somebody to do it at a good price.
Right.
And so we redid all that. We got a bigger washer stand. I still got to get all this anchored to the wall. We got new washer connectors.
Right. Yeah.
And then the sump pump was going into the sewer, which around Indianapolis, citizens will send you a letter in the mail because they read the sewer. And so once they find out that you have this going in the sewer, they'll send you a letter that says they'll give you a date to fix it by. And if you don't fix it by it, they'll start fining you. So I just went ahead and shoved it out to the house.
Yeah, the sump pump, in case somebody doesn't know, let me show you the sump pump. Sump pump in basements here in Indiana, and I think all the Midwest, sump pump, they have a big hole in case it rains, because basements sometimes, when it rains very hard, it gets wet. So usually this is the lowest point of the house. So they put a sump pump in case it leaks, the water goes all the way down, and it pushes, there's a motor, the sump pump is basically a motor, it pushes the water back to outside. And he was mentioning to you, Jaren was saying that I was going to the sewer, which is not really legal, so we have to really pump it outside just like it's raining. So
Yeah, 'cause
that's
they
what
gotta-
sump pump is. Up north, in the west,
Yeah, they
they
don't,
don't have these things, you
Yeah.
know. So and almost every house here that has basement, they have to have a sump pump, and the hole, like, see, look how big the hole is here. It's quite a big hole, and the sump pump goes down there. And the sump pump lasts what? Long time, right? I
Just
mean,
depends the brand.
yeah, they cost $100 to $200
Yeah.
usually, and they last 5, 6, 7 years, and so must have
Well, the reason they don't want to go in the sewers because they have to pay for all the water that they treat costs money, so they're just treating clean water pretty much because technically it's just rainwater. So, and also water in the yard and under the foundation of the earth finds its way there. So
Right. So now it's all directed to go outside with that pipe, right?
Yeah, I haven't figured out a good spot for it yet, but we will.
Yeah.
But this gas, like there's tons of, it's crazy because there's like 4 different gas lines coming in the house. Like there's one down there, there's one right there. It's like they just kept bringing in gas, and now nothing's gas. So
Yeah, now it's electric. So you can take this one, just leave them there in case somebody wants to.
I mean, I guess,
But it's all electric here.
Yeah, it just seems crazy. And then like a lot of the, some of the ducts were like
I
duct
want to
tape.
put another bathroom here. Really, we'll do that later after you finish this. We can do this separately. It needs another bathroom here. But it's a big house, man.
Yeah. So if you wanted to put another bathroom down here, basically,
Go ahead.
Liberty makes some of the pumps where the toilets will shoot out the back and do a pump. And so if David does that, I will take it over and I will run it, and I will probably just connect it to like that 2-inch line right there, or that 3-inch on a Y, or just however. But it can be done pretty easily. It's like $1,200 for the kit. Then you got to frame it all up and everything, but it can be done without having to cut concrete.
Yeah, we might have to put one bathroom there. Now this room was, oh my God, this is the worst room.
Yeah, by far. I mean, this was
people who lived here raised dogs.
30. The neighbors said they had like 36 dogs.
36 dogs. Man, this was a dog house, all right.
Yeah, this room was destroyed.
When I first bought it.
So we had all the drywall done, and then we started to find mold. So then we had to take it all back out, put in the green. The green drywall is mold resistant, and so a lot of times I like to keep my drywall off the ground as much as I can, because if water gets out, it's gonna maybe not hit it as much. So just it just depends. But over here, it's a mess, but we'll sand it all down and then keep spackling it until we get it. But a lot of the windows were leaking, so we had to seal those. And this room, all the ceiling tiles had to be replaced as well.
Oh yeah, this has black tiles before. They were terrible.
They were gross. It looks really good now.
You haven't filled them up yet, but because you have to put the lights there, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're waiting to save the hard cuts for last.
And this electric, you have the cover for that, right?
Yeah, I took it off and I put it over somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
Because I have to turn the power off, and the box is actually loose right now, so I got to anchor it in the wall with a hammer drill.
Cool.
So.
And this room, just the room, I don't know what the heck to do with, but it's a little.
Yeah, and like these people had a ton of cables. Like, there's wires everywhere in this house. Like more wires than you could believe, just from phone lines, cable lines. They probably had cable installed 15 times. It seems like.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. Then this room was like a dog cage.
Used to be a dog cage before.
Yeah. So we did that epoxy paint, and I just did one room so David could see what it looked like, to see if he liked it or not.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
This could be like a storage. It could be big, but it's a storage room.
Yeah, because you said you want to paint this floor that color, so I didn't know if you'd like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this room we didn't do anything with the walls. It was already like this. We just painted it, and because if somebody wanted to do that, they could, but it's fine.
There's no mold right now there, anyway.
No, the air is clean, and I feel great.
Yeah, I can feel it too. A lot of
But
mold.
and then like it had metal studs, so we still have to get figure out if we're gonna do like an archway or actual door here. And I would just cut the drywall, put the door in.
I'd leave this door open. I'd leave that open.
Yeah, I can drywall this.
Just close it. Just put it. Yeah, just.
I could just drywall an arch or whatever. You can drywall an arch, or you can put a door.
Yeah. We don't have to. We don't have to put.
Well, you want to make it look nice,
Yeah. We don't need to have it over here.
There's the panel.
Yeah. I see. All right. Cool. So everything's working fine here.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Anything else you want to say about this? I was just mentioning. I guess I'll mention that to you guys later here on who's listening. I think Jaron mentioned that you always find problems after you demolish things.
Well, you just get to looking around.
There you come.
Like this, I noticed was duct taped the other day, kind of.
Yeah.
And then this, it keeps leaking in the coil. I'm not sure what's wrong with it.
Did you fix it?
I tried to. I don't know. I'm thinking that they're like spilling out of the pan.
Some other leak there?
Yeah, it's like spilling out of the pan or something. Cause
yeah.
This is like, I think it might be rusted out, the pan for the coil. Sorry. And also when I did the plumbing, I did put a softener loop in for you, David.
You did what?
Softener loop in case you ever want to put one in.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
That way you have the option.
Cool.
But yeah, this basically things pop up, and it's just hard to fix other people's mistakes. So sometimes it's just better to gut a house than it is to try to patch them up.
Good.
All right, David.
Very good.
There you go.
Thank you.
And there you have it. This is just a brief overview of a short rehab. I just did it really fast. I didn't show you the outside. We did a lot of trimming outside, trees being cut. We have a huge trees here. It's being cut. Also, the outside is not cleaned yet. It should supposed to be power washed and few things fixed on the side. So this is about 85% done, and you should see this house before. I am telling you, if you see this, imagine 36 dogs I heard that lived in that house, and you can't believe how the smell was before. I knew we were gonna have a little extra problem in that house, but I know it's also worth it because I bought it right from the bank. That's my job. My job is to buy the property from the bank, see what it needs, and because I've done so many of them, I know what it takes to get them fixed no matter what condition they are in, and I put the offer accordingly. Now, so many people bought investment properties like that from other people who bought it like me, and so many of them really got hurt of the investor at it because most investors who buy these properties, a lot of them, they buy it for resale, and all they do is they just fix whatever has to be fixed to make it livable, and they sell it, and then guess what? When the other person buy it and rent it for profit, they're gonna have so much problem, and they have. Trust me, I heard all kind of stories about people buying property and they're losing money even though it's rented. That's because it's not done right. Maybe you're one of them, or maybe you know one of them. So many people did this in the last 5-6 years. I mean, I heard stories, horrible stories, and I'm lucky to tell you, not even one single person that we sold property to did not make money immediately in the first month. Not one single person. And I sold quite a few, and I rehab quite a few. Now, the secret of rehab is to do it right, rehab it right. Now, most of the time when I buy a property, is an older property and built in 1940, 1930, 1950, you usually have a lot of character, and they're built very solid. But sometimes they need to really take the walls down and put new electrical and new plumbing. And sometimes those properties are actually better than brand new properties, because if they have good solid foundation, which before they had great, this older home, they really have much better solid foundation than some of the new houses they have now. But the electrical and the plumbing and getting old and outdated and all that stuff, you do that stuff, you update it, but there's so much character. I have one in Muncie I did this, like never hardly any, it's been almost 5 years now. It cost me hardly anything on maintenance. It already paid for itself in 4 years, because it's got old in the 1900, but I got to put new roof, new plumbing, new electrical, new furnace, new water heater, everything new. So this is the secret of rehab, guys. First of all, you need to know a lot about rehab. Of course, if you don't, you might make some mistakes and you might be burned once and twice. And I suggest that you learn as much as you can. Work with somebody who's rehabbing to learn what goes on. Usually, most of the time, my experience tells me that when somebody does a rehab, if it costs you, let's say, 15 grand, add 20% on it, on top of that, because you can always find a problem afterward. Like we find more problem in this property that I just showed you, and that's fine. We buy it in such a right price that no matter where we go, we're still gonna make money. That's the secret in this business. But I'm not gonna rehab like half-ass job, excuse my English here. I do the job right every single time. Like this properties, we put new cabinets, we put new electrical in the area needed. The old electrical is not old, it's a newer one. New plumbing, as you saw in the video, it needed to be done. It was working fine. The plumbing was okay on that property. It wasn't leaking, but it was old and you could see discoloring. So I figured change it, put new plumbing. This way, we know for the next 3, 4, 5 years, we have no problem with maintenance. And as a result, you have more cash flow. We are in the passive cash flow business. Our job is to create as much passive income out of each property as possible and have a happy tenant who loves it and stay there. I treat our tenants as partners because they work for you. They work to pay you the rent. And if you take care of them, yeah, they'll take care of you. So it's very, very important to do good rehab in the beginning and not let anybody move in unless it's done right. This way you save yourself a headache, you'll have less vacancies, you'll make more money. It's just good all around. Why so many people try to just override that and just kind of sell and make money and get out of it? It's beyond me. So I believe in doing the job, do it right. So for you guys who are learning how to rehab, it's really, you gotta get in the trenches. I mean, I made mistakes. I got stiffed a few times by contractors when I first did it like a few years ago, but I learned through that. Now I know what it takes to get property. I know the cost. I can tell you within 10 minutes what's gonna take to rehab property, and I've been almost on the money for so many years right now. So that really helped me a lot. But it didn't come easy. You know, I had to go through a lot of learning. Now those properties I got, the last ones, the three, they cost me about $170,000. They're already worth about $230,000 already, if not more. We're gonna sell the one I showed you. We might change our mind later, but we're gonna sell that, and we already rented the other two, and they have good cash flow. The secret of this business is do good rehab, better than the average, better than anybody else there. You'll have good tenant, they'll pay the rent, you have less maintenance, and you'll have more cash flow, passive income. You don't have to go worry about opening the store the second day or the restaurant. You just wait, and at the end of the month, you can spend 10 minutes working on your management and collect your money every single month. This is what it's called passive income. Anyway, I hope this was helpful a little bit. If you have any questions, please let me know. Until the next time, we'll see you later. Thank you for being here.